Hey guys, it's Karsyn. Welcome back to another YouTube video, or welcome if you are new here. Today's video is going to be a little check-in on my reading goal and where I'm at with all of that, and like what books I've read and how I feel about said books and all that fun stuff. So I think we can just get right on into it. Y'all, first of all, stop. I got a new Stanley. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? And it's like perfect like summer colors. I love it so much. I've got like a little list of things to talk about because otherwise I will get off task. My goal this year is to read 24 books. 24 in 2024. That's how it's been for like the past 2 or 3 years. I've done like the last 2 digits of the year, and that's how many books I try to read. It is June 25th today, so we are almost at the very end of June, which is why I'm doing my little mid-year check-in, because like 6 months is check-in, so it's at the end of this month, but we can do it like a little bit early, so it's fine. I have read 12 out of the 24 books. I'm really proud of myself. And that's technically 1 book ahead on Goodreads. It's also because I have Audible and there's like audiobooks on YouTube and stuff, and that helps me read faster. It might not help y'all read faster. And also the dramatized versions of things, I'll get into that. But like the dramatized adaptations of audiobooks, like especially Sarah J Maas books, top tier. I wish that the Fourth Wing and the Iron Flame audiobooks had the dramatized adaptation before I actually read them, but they weren't out yet, and now they have them, and now I feel like I need to go back and read them with the dramatized adaptation because it's gonna be so much better. It's gonna be a whole like thing. 7 out of those 12 are books that were on my 24 books I want to read in 2024. I did realize that one of the books that I put on that list is actually the second one in a series, and I didn't know that beforehand, so I'm gonna scratch that one off. It was Practice Makes Perfect. The first one's actually When in Rome, so, and I don't have that book, and I haven't seen that book anywhere, and I don't want to like order it off Amazon, so I'm just gonna like wait until I like see it in the wild, and then I'll get it. I'm gonna switch that for Twisted series, which I read. So technically 8 books out of the 12. So I'm gonna go through all of the books that I read so far this year, and I'll give you the rating and like a little synopsis on how I felt about it. I'm gonna go like January to now. So the first book I read this year was Collided. That's because I read it on my phone. It was good. I gave it a 3 stars. My like rating is like, 1 is like that was just bad. There was no point in reading that. 2 is like that was silly, but you know, reading is fun. 3 is like, okay, that was good. 4 is, oh, I like that. And 5 is, I loved that. So that's like how my scale kind of works. Collided, 3 stars, fun little F1 series, great job. Then I read The Fey Princess. I gave that 2 stars. It's like the 3rd or 4th one in a Peter Pan retelling that I've read. It's on the Kindle Unlimited. I was bored one time, so I read it, and now I feel like I have to finish the series, and there's only 1 more book, but it hasn't come out yet, I don't think. So that's just where I'm at with that. It was, you know, reading's fun. It was a silly little 2 stars. My next 2 books that I read were Icebreaker and Wildfire. They're right here. They're right there. I love them for romance books. However, it didn't get me that 5 stars, but maybe, I mean, it was like, they're both really good. I really like Icebreaker and Wildfire. I really love those books. They were a 4. That's just how it is. I don't know. That's just my brain. I graded it right after I read it. That's just how it worked out. Iron Flame, I gave it a 4.5, but you can't do that on Goodreads. It's only like whole numbers, so I gave it 4, but it's really a 4.5 in my opinion. I can't. The twist at the end, craziness. I didn't see it coming. I think some people did see it coming. I didn't, so I really loved it. However, I don't know if any of y'all know this. I don't know who has read her romance books, but a lot of her romance books have sad endings, and I don't want Fourth Wing to have sad endings, and so I'm really scared, but it's fine. Next is A Court of Silver Flames. I gave that 4.75 stars. It didn't quite get there to Mist and Fury, but it's right under it for me. Right under it. I really loved it. It's such a good book. I loved the sisterhood that we got between Nesta and Gwyn and Emery. I loved it. And also like Nesta and Cassian, they like, you know, but also they never said I love you. anyways, or at least he didn't. Maybe she did, I can't remember, but like, anyways. Next is the American Roommate Experiment. I only gave that 2 stars because like it felt so cheesy. Like I usually like cheesy, but this one was just too cheesy for me, and also it didn't really feel like it made sense. Also, it was kind of like fake dating or like situational dating, and it was too similar to the first one in the series. It just felt like all of the tropes were the same, and it just didn't do it for me. I think I gave the first one like 3 stars, and this one's 2 stars. It just didn't. I mean, it's a good, fun little romance book to read, but like, 2 stars. Next is Crescent City. That is the next book I read. Oh my gosh, Crescent City is so good. It's, first of all, I've only read the first book. However, the first book is better than, I'm not saying the series because I've only read the first book, but it is better than the first book of ACOTAR. I gave ACOTAR, I think, 4 stars, and this I gave 5 stars. 5 stars, immediately. Crescent City is so good. I loved it so much. It was perfect. Amazing. 5 stars, 10 out of 10. Cannot recommend Crescent City enough. Next is Twisted Love and Twisted Games. The whole series is free to listen to on Audible. When I was in between like credits, because you only get 1 credit a month, I figured out that those were free, and so I started listening to those since I have them. I liked both of them. They were both really good. I gave both of them 4 stars. I really like both of them. I really like how you can't go wrong with Billionaires and Bodyguards. You know what I mean? I think I did like Twisted Games a little bit more than Twisted Love, but not by much. They were both very good. I loved the fact that there was like a little bit of like thriller, like just the tiniest little twinge of thriller, especially like in the first one. I love when there's just like a little bit of mix of something special, and that like felt like it was a little something, and it just like really made it that much better. Next is another amazing book. This Summer Will Be Different. Y'all, read this book now. It's so good. I can't explain to you how good it is. Especially, I read it at the beach. It was perfect. It takes place on an island, mostly. There's a little bit in Toronto, Canada, but it takes place on an island where she meets this guy, and turns out, you can get this all on the back, I'm not spoiling anything unless you haven't read the back of it. Turns out it's her best friend's brother, and she had no idea, but they had a little tryst in the night, and it's amazing. It's so good. It's so good. It was just perfect. It's just, yeah, amazing. I gave this 5 stars. If I could give it more stars, I would. That brings us to my final book that I have read this year, and I literally just finished it before I started filming. Done and dusted. So Lila Sage is the author, and so she's gonna be coming to a bookstore near me for like a signing thing, and I got the email for that, and I was like, oh, I need to like read those now. I got the first one before I left for my trip, read it, amazing, wonderful. I gave it 3 stars. It might be because I listened to the audiobook, or the fact that it's just a small book. I wanted more. I think that's like the reason why I gave it 3 instead of 4. I wanted more. I really like how it went and the story and everything. I think I just read it too fast because I read that in like a day. Luckily there's a second book, so that's good. I think it just went by too fast, and everybody was saying that it was like a slow burn, but it didn't feel like a slow burn because of how short it was. It's still really good. I really love cowboy romances. You can't go wrong with a cowboy romance or Billionaires or anything like that. So next thing to talk about, my next couple reads. The plan right now is to read Swift and Saddled because it's a quick, easy summer read. Twisted Hate, I've already started. It's a thicker one. I'm a little scared, but we should be fine. Those are my next 2 romance reads. Let me talk about my next 2 fantasy reads. I don't think both of these. I think I need to pick one. I don't know which one I'm gonna pick though, so I'm gonna show you both of them. I brought out all of the books that I have gained since my physical TBR video because I still have a problem. I've gained 11 books this year, which is basically 2 a month, which is not good well, I mean, I've read 2 a month. These are the hardbacks. I got these 2 at an independent bookstore. You'll see that in the beach vlog. If you watch it, you should watch it. Anyways, yeah, that is my midway through the year little checkpoint for my books. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, all the things. Follow me on my Instagram. I am more active on there than I am on here because I only post here maybe once a week if I'm lucky. Bye!